Good morning and welcome to Arthritis class day 2 or week 2 or week however many this is. We're going to go ahead and get started this morning, so make sure you're nice and comfortable. I did this for my people because I always walk into the senior center and we put the hair up. You know it's serious when the hair goes up.
Do I need to go put my hair up?
I guess not. It's going to be serious on one side, not the other. So we're going to sit out on the end of our chair. We keep a nice tall straight back, just tuck those tummies in. This helps support the back, strengthens the tummy muscles, and helps us have better posture. So today we're going to start with our warm-up from the bottom up. So we're going to start with our feet today. So all we're going to do is we're going to raise up on our toes and back flat on our feet. Raise up on those toes and flat on the feet. So this starts warming up those ankle muscles. I injured my ankle yesterday. We got baby chickens at my house, and I was down there feeding them, and I don't know what I did with it. My sister came and she touched it, and I'm like, oh, don't do that. Then she laughed. It wasn't very nice. It feels better this morning. We talk about our injuries in class.
Sister, but
yeah, we can't name the sister on video.
Is it who I think it is?
But strengthening the ankle helps with balance and stability, and this is one of the great exercises for that. So for 3, 2, last one. From here, we're going to slide those feet out just a little bit, and this time we're going to lift the toes. They're not going to lift as high as the other direction, but this stretches out the back of your calf and works on the top of your foot to strengthen those muscles in the opposite direction. You can also do this standing up if you wish. I do this a lot of times at the sink. While doing dishes, you can do it while you're at the grocery store, standing in line, waiting to get in, 6 feet away from the other person. So lift and lower those toes. Move for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring those legs. We're just going to extend one knee up and lower, and lift the other knee and lower. So this is our knee straightening exercise.
Ooh, I injured my knee, so this is interesting.
She asked me the other day why her knee hurt, and I told her it's because she hadn't done arthritis with me again yet. That's what happens when you don't exercise. You start falling apart. So the phrase is, use it or lose it. So I tell my people in class, if it hurts and is a little uncomfortable, go ahead and keep going. If it's causing extreme pain, that's your body telling you that something's not right, and please stop. You don't want to cause further injury. The goal is to feel better when you get done, not worse. Over for 4, and 3, last 2 each time, and last 1.
Oh, I forgot that one.
So from here, we're just going to go to a nice easy march. This gets the ankles going, the knees, starts to engage the thighs, also starts working into those hips. I hopefully this will work. We may have to move our chairs. So if you're doing this with a bunch of people and you're in a small space, you have to make sure you're not going to step on people, smack people, or any of the above. So we may be a little too close, so I may have to slide over.
I can slide back too if we're inside.
Yeah, that works too. So what we're going to do, keep marching.
You know you're still
from here. I'm still in the, if not, I have to redo it all. So from here, we're going to take this march, and we're going to march wide and narrow, wide and narrow. This is also when you start engaging your brain to make sure you go the same direction. So this works on the outer thigh, the outer hip and thigh, the inner thigh, as you get those legs going out and together. If you have a bunch of people, which obviously right now you can't, but if you have a bunch of people in class, this is when we all sound like a herd of elephants. And all the guys at the pool table, if you're at the senior center, yell at us from across the thing telling us we're too noisy. You can go as slow as you'd like, you can go as fast as you'd like. Since it's warm up, we're just kind of going medium-ish speed.
I was just thinking, I feel like we're going fast.
Go for 3, 2, and last 1. From here, we're going to start with a mini jumping jack series. Woo! So we're going to take the leg, we're just going to tap diagonally out to the front, bring it back in, tap diagonally out and back in. So it's a diagonal tap. We're going to take those arms and drop them by your sides. So once you get the legs going, you're going to take those arms and lift and lower, lift and lower. Oh. She's she's behind me. Normally my participants aren't behind me. Have to make sure she's doing it right.
Could be doing bunny ears.
Maybe. So this is our basic modified version. So we're gonna let you keep doing that one. So you stay right there. If you want a little more challenge, or you want to work that core just a little bit more, you're gonna take those legs and arms and you're gonna jump them out and together, and out and together. So this would be your full chair jumping jack. So you can do whichever one you'd like. One's gonna work that core a lot more than the other. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, sit nice and tall. We're gonna take those arms down by your sides, working up into that waist, and we're gonna reach off to one side, come back top, and off to the other side. From one side, over to the other. So the goal with this one is to keep that back and shoulders straight and not to slouch forward and touch. Anybody can touch the floor when you slouch forward. So the goal is to keep that back nice and straight. If you can hit the floor, great. If not, don't worry about it. The goal is to get a nice stretch on that side.
I might keep going if I try to reach the floor.
Yeah, the goal is also to stay in your chair. I've had no one fall out of chairs yet. I've been doing this for 8 years, so please don't fall out of your chair.
Are you touching the floor?
I can.
Oh,
Go for it.
that's so far
I
away.
don't always feel like going
I keep going over it. It's not touching.
We'll go for 4. Last 3. 2. And your last one, you're gonna go from one side over to the other. So from here, you're gonna take one hand, we'll take our left hand, we'll place it on our hip. That right hand's gonna go up over your head. From here, you're just gonna lean off to the side, take a deep breath in, and out. Deep breath in, and out. Bring that arm back, down. We're gonna switch sides, so right hand onto the hip, left arm goes up, and we lean over to the other side. Getting a good stretch through that waist, through the upper body. We're gonna repeat that one time each side. So over back to the other side. Remember, a deep breath in and out. As you exhale, let go of the stress and tension. Stretch just a little further. You're gonna sit nice and tall, lift the other side, and lean over that side. Breath in and out. Come top. From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working into the shoulders and the arms. So we're gonna start at the very bottom, work our way back up into the body. So taking your hands, we're just gonna lift those hands up and down and up and down. Remember, watch not too low. It's hindering my ability to bend my arm. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. I also didn't check the time before we started.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a long exercise class, guys. Lift and lower. So then from here, we're gonna bring those palms straight to the center. We're gonna turn them in and out. The range of motion is not as great here, but it still gets those wrist muscles working. Now the easier way to do this is to take that wrist in a full and complete circle. Because then you get that sideways and the up and down all at one time. So then you'll take this wrist circle and you'll rotate in the other direction.
This reminds me of water aerobics.
I probably say that every time somebody says anything about water aerobics. It's my favorite. So then from here, we're going to take those hands, we're going to place the palms together. Now from here, what you're going to do is those elbows are going to come outside, you're going to press your hands in together. So this is, different people call it different things. The prayer pose, the inner wrist stretch, whatever you would like to call it. But you're going to take those hands, you're going to press them firmly together. While you press, you're going to slide those hands all the way out, and then pressing those hands, bring it back together. So you press out. This is also engaging the muscles in your upper arm. The harder you press, the more they're engaged.
I can feel it.
The less you press, the less they're engaged. So there's all sorts of little tips and tricks you can do while exercising to make things harder or make things easier. So the beauty of these exercises and these gentle stretches is you can make it harder or easier depending on your level of flexibility, your level of energy, where you're at. What I tell all my participants is, as long as you're moving, I'm not going to fuss with you. fingers together. From here, all we're going to do, hopefully you can see this from all the way over there, is you're going to separate those fingers and bring them back together. So each finger separates and then comes back together. You can also do this one on your lap, which is typically where we do it. Separate the thumbs, bring the thumbs back together, and then work your way back out. So you can do this on your lap, you can do this in the air. If you play any musical instruments, this is great for finger flexibility as well. The ring finger's more difficult. Yeah, the ring finger never wants to cooperate. We'll go once more all the way out and all the way back to our thumbs. Stretching those fingers back towards the thumb. So then from here we're going to take those hands, we're going to curl them into a loose fist, and then we straighten them all the way out, stretching those fingers. Curl and straighten. Curl.
This feels good after the other one.
Straighten. Oh, yes, awesome. It's good. This one feels really good in the winter time when all of your joints get stiff and cold. This is a great warm-up for fingers. In the winter time at the senior center, we're like, oh. We all make sounds. Because it gets the blood flowing back to those fingers. We'll go for 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to take those hands, place them back together in front of us. So we're going to keep those elbows in close to the body. And we're going to open the arms and close. So this warms up the elbow. Sideways motion. We're also still sitting nice and tall, tummy's tucked in, back straight, shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathing, smiling, tucking, the whole 9 yards. Open.
She's asking a lot of us.
Told you to everyone up. You can also time your movements to your breathing if you would like, so you can inhale and exhale. Breathing in. Arms, we're going to separate them, pull them up. It's kind of like you're sitting at like a big table and your hands are on the table. All we're going to do, this is our shoulder blade pinch. So you're going to squeeze those elbows back, pinch those shoulder blades, and release. So I tell my participants, pretend you got a grape back there. You can't pick a watermelon or anything like that because that's real big and you wouldn't have to squeeze very hard. So you have a little teeny tiny grape. You got to squeeze and get all the juice out. Squeeze nice and tight. This engages those muscles across your back, up into your shoulders. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. You can also do this one with the arms up, the elbows up, and squeeze back. That's what they call the W. So you can have the arms down. You can also drop those arms and squeeze those shoulder blades back and forward and back and forward. So it's whichever position you like. If your elbows get tired, if your shoulders get tired, switch it up, try something different. 5. If you want to say wow, you go wow at the same time. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from here we're going to drop those arms. We're going to do our top of our shoulders and lower. So we lift and lower. Breathing in and out. This also loosens up those muscles that you just tighten and use. In and out. In and out. So then from here, we're going to take them into nice big shoulder rolls backwards. So I always tell my participants, we always go backwards. And I may have said this on the first one. But the reason we go backwards is when we roll forwards, it tends to slouch us into that position that we assume when we drive, when we're sitting on a couch, when we're sitting on a recliner, when we're at a computer, when we're sitting at the piano, because we're not aware of our posture most of the time. And so by rolling backwards, it sets those shoulders back and we tend to be a little straighter. So we always go back. If you would like to do some forward, by all means go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure you end going backwards so you're all set up for success for the rest of the day. clear up to that shoulder. The goal is to keep that shoulder nice and relaxed and just move your neck. Let you go from side to side. I often like to close my eyes here and enjoy the relaxation. You're also welcome to look around the room, as long as you're breathing. From one side to the other, doing that nice stretch down through those muscles. Let you go from one side over to the other, breathing in and out. One way and then the other. Go twice more each side, and then we'll switch up this position. Last time. To the left or the right. I tell people, I start on one side, they usually mimic me, so whichever side you're doing, do the other one. And then bring that head back to center. From here, we're just going to turn and look over that shoulder. Deep breath in and out when you get there, and then you come back to center and switch off to the other side. So if you also want to exercise your eyes, as you get there, you're going to take those eyes and you're going to look behind your shoulder. That'll stretch your eyeballs as well. I think that one actually, they said it was good for ocular health. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but take your eyeballs and look over your shoulder. See what's back there. You might notice a spot in your house that needs cleaning or dusting, organizing.
I would close my eyes.
Cleaning is a great way to get exercise, by the way. Dusting, vacuuming, mopping, the whole nine yards. We'll go once more each side. Go back to the right and then back to the left.
We could be rolling our eyes at you.
I will know because you're on the other side of the screen. So from here, we're going to take that head forward and then back. Forward and back. Remember, take nice deep breaths in and out. We'll go forward and back. Forward and back. All right, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stand up. We're going to do some leg exercises. So standing up, I'm going to move my chair off to this side. So then you're going to stand on that side of your chair for now. All right, so you can start with either leg. Hopefully you can see what's best. Should probably check that. If not, we do this whole portion of exercise. So what we're going to start with our right leg. My chair. We keep the chairs around for balance and stability. If you have great balance, you're welcome to hold on to nothing. If you have not as great balance, you put the chair in front of you and keep a hold on it. If you have a higher back chair, that can work really well. Dining room chairs are great for that. Again, if you have no balance issues, you're welcome to go at it alone, but I tend to keep one close just in case. So what you're going to do is we're going to take that left leg, or that right leg, and we're just going to lift forward and down. We're going to do this 10 times. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. If I was really great, I could count other languages. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So then from here we're going to work into that outer tip of thigh. We're going to take that leg and lift it sideways. So we lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So from here I'm going to have to turn sideways for this one, so I don't kick the chair. You're good to stay where you are. So this time you're going to lift that leg backwards. So you take that same leg and it's going to go straight behind you. So we lift back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
noodles.
9,
It's very interesting.
10. So then you're going to take that leg, and this time we're going to do it across. So as we get older and balance starts to disappear, sideways motions are really hard, and that's where a lot of people tend to start falling. So we take that leg and we just cross it over in front. 2, This also engages that inner thigh again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here we're going to switch sides, do that same routine, front, sideways, back, and across on the left leg. So you can either move your chair, move to stand on the other side of your chair, whichever works best for you. Alright, so we're going to take that left leg, and we do the front, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we reset. Keep that leg, it's going to lift sideways. 1, 2, keep count 3. So as you do, sleeping the couch. So as you do your leg lifts, you may not be able to go very high. You may also be able to go a lot higher than I am. I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So then we're going to take that leg and move it backwards. The goal is not necessarily to get your leg way up high behind you. The goal is to just engage that back of your leg, back of your, squeeze as you lift. It tightens everything back there. It builds that leg muscle. All of these muscles help engage that stability and that balance that we tend to lose as we get older. I have no idea what count we're on.
I was not
6,
counting either. I was listening.
7, 8, 9, 10. So this is what happens when you get me talking in class. You might do a few more, you might do a few less. So if you didn't do 10, please do the rest of the 10. So then we're going to take that leg and cross it over and come back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I would ever help us.
7, 8, 9, and 10. So in class I have great help. They definitely keep me straight if I stop counting. They all yell at me. We've done enough! Alright, so I'm going to leave mom facing straight and front. Hopefully you can see her. I'm going to turn sideways so hopefully you can see me. This is a leg stretch for your lower legs particularly, but up into your hips. So you're going to take that left leg and keep him in front. That right leg, I do suggest having a chair for this. You don't have to, but it's easier. You take that right leg and you extend him back. Now, the further back you extend, the lower you can go. If you don't want to go that low, you don't have to. The goal is to keep this heel flat on the ground. So the lower you stretch, the more of a stretch you're going to get in that back leg. Feel it. Good. She's doing good, guys. So
Have a good t-shirt.
stretch that leg. Then we're going to stand up, switch legs. So that right leg stays in front, the left leg extends back. The goal is to again keep that body in alignment. We don't want any of this. We don't want you way arching back here. It's just nice and straight. My heel is not. I don't know if you can see my heel or not, but. So we'll switch sides, do that once more each leg. So if you have chairs that we have at the senior center, they have balls on the bottom of them. And these chairs, they will slide if you put too much pressure. So, even though you're doing this and you're counting on the chair for stability, it is not a foul-proof plane. So the goal is to put the pressure down on the chair, not forward. So then we'll stand tall, switch sides, stretch out that other leg. You can also do this one from the chair. I think we did that in the other video, but if not, we'll sit down and do it in just a minute. So you can see the standing version and the sitting version for this exercise. Alright, so from here, we're going to bring that chair back to center. We're going to move to the front of our chair. Since we're standing, these are these are what we call our mini squats. Now, before we get started, squats is an exercise that lots of people do, but lots of people also injure their knees doing squats. So the goal with your squats is to make sure your kneecaps don't ever extend beyond your toes. So what I tell my participants, if you squat and it looks like this, you're going to injure your knees. The goal is to keep those knees behind your toes and to sit backwards, like you're sitting in a chair. The chair's there in case you fall over. You can just sit down. Looks like you meant to do it. So spread the feet out, shoulder width apart. But all we're going to do is we're going to squat down to where you're hovering over the chair, and stand and squat.
She's getting lower than I am, people.
You go to your comfort level. We have one of my precious seniors, who will make him nameless for the sake of this is going to be on the internet, but he tells me all the time that this exercise reminds him of his time in boot camp when he was in the military, and he will go all the way to the floor.
Oh, wow.
And if I don't do this exercise in class, as soon as we get done, he goes over to his chair and does about 10 to 15 of them.
That's exciting.
I miss the people. They're awesome. So if you're watching this and you're one of my people, you're awesome, and I miss you. I can't wait till we get back in person. Hang in there. These two shall pass. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, last 1. So here you hold it.
Oh.
I don't normally do this to my people, but since you're on video, if you need to, you can sit down and not feel the burn. Enjoy it. Stand up nice and tall. From here, you can sit down. I don't normally do that to my participants in class, but
surprise!
I figure they can test out their strength while I'm not watching. All right, so from here, we're gonna do that seated exercise that we did earlier. So you're gonna take that right leg, extend it out in front, pull the toes to the ceiling, hands go on the left knee, lean forward and enjoy that stretch. We also have a lady in class. She gets all the way down here. I'm not that flexible. So if your flexibility is really good, stretch as low as you would like. The harder you pull those toes back, the more you'll feel that stretch. If you don't want to feel it as much, relax the foot. So then we're going to sit top, switch sides, hand on the knee. Oh, I always feel it on this side more than the other. So typically speaking, one side of your body is more flexible than the other. So we'll do each side once more. Stretch out those muscles.
I really feel it where I hurt my knee with that like the muscle area.
The goal is to keep breathing. If it hurts, it hurts.
No, my breathing is good.
Okay.
It just, I can feel the muscle a little more.
We'll go one more time to the other side. And then we'll sit nice and tall. We're gonna give those legs a break for a second and work back into those abs. Yay. So sit on the end of your chair. Not so far you'll fall off, but definitely far enough you're gonna have to work for this one. So this is your chair version of a crunch. I believe we did this in the other exercise. You're gonna get them again today. So those arms come out in front. You're gonna fold them in the front, whichever you prefer for leverage wise. But you're gonna lean back till your back almost touches the chair, and then you sit nice and tall. You lean back.
So do we leave our arms crossed? Or
We do either way.
Okay.
I
I wasn't sure.
I tend to leave mine out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a leverage thing for me. You can do either way. I don't know that there's a scientific exercise version to this. I'm sure there is. I'm not a physical therapist. I do not know. I'm not a physical trainer, personal trainer. I don't know. I know the bare basics. Or as I tell people, enough to make me a little dangerous, but not an expert by any means. So you should probably talk to your doctor before you do anything too crazy. Most of this is not considered too crazy then. We'll go for 3, 2. On this last one, you're going to take it down and you're going to hold it. But while you're holding it, you have to keep breathing. So the goal, a lot of times when people start working into their abs, is they hold their breath. Because they go, oh, it hurts. Oh, I can't do it. The goal is to keep breathing. So by talking, I have to keep breathing, otherwise it won't work. So for those of you sitting at home, take a deep breath in and out. One more time, in and out. Lift tall. Drop those arms by your sides. All right, arms. So from here, we're gonna finish our stretching out. We had to re-record. I just figured I might as well tell you, because there's gonna be a weird break. We got to the end and it was all deleted, so now we're re-recording the last 4 or 5 minutes of stretching. So we're gonna take our arms, and we're gonna take one out to the side. We're gonna bring it across the body and just stretch through the shoulder. So this one really stretches out if you work with the bands. And the goal with this one is to keep the shoulder down. So what we tend to do when people do this exercise is they bring their arm way up here and pull their shoulder too. Keep that shoulder nice and relaxed as you pull it across and breathe. So we'll release that arm, bring the other arm across, and stretch him out, keeping that shoulder nice and relaxed. What?
We're going to be very relaxed.
We're going to be very stretched out at the end of the day. Drop those arms. We're going to go back to the leg. We're going to bring it up in front, and we're going to point and flex the toe. So pointing and flexing. Work out those leg muscles again. This is also a great way to warm up before you go walking. We're doing other exercising. Then we'll lower that leg, lift the other one, point and flex that toe. I don't remember what stretches we did this morning. So now I have to pick up new ones, and I'm like, oh, we already did that. Now I don't remember if we did that in the first one or earlier today, or so. What you call interesting. So then we'll lower that one. Here we're going to take those legs. We're going to march them nice and wide, backwards. March them wide, long them wide. Oh, she's going to keep exercising. We're going to take those palms, place them against the inside of our knees, and just lightly press out, stretching the inside of the hip. The thigh muscle. You should feel all the way down this muscle right here. And then release. And then lightly press one more time. Release. From here we're going to slide one leg out. This one and the first one we're going to take that other ankle, cross it over. We're just going to lift and lower. This works into the outer thigh, the inner thigh, the knee, the ankle. So taking a deep breath in and out while you lift and lower the ankle. 3, 2, last one. Take that leg. We're going to switch sides. So put that leg down, take the other ankle, cross him over, and lift and lower. If you have a latch on the back of your shoe and you need to grab that, or you're wearing pants, you can also grab and pull. You're still going to get that same motion, still get those muscles working in that direction. Lift and lower. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to bring those knees back up. We're going to take the arms, spread them out nice and wide, so stretch through the chest. You should feel it pull all the way across the top of your chest. And then you bring your hands together, around through your back, feel it stretch across the back of your shoulder blade. So we open the chest, breathing in and out, and then we close the chest and open up the back. So breathing in and out. Do that twice more. Breathing in and out. So I said twice more, and I'm like, I don't remember how many that was. So we'll drop those arms by the side. We're going to go back to that nice shoulder rolls. So you lift up and back. We lift up and back. Rolling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, it's like my collarbone is weird. I don't know. If you hear popping and it doesn't hurt, you're okay. If you hear popping and it hurts, stop that. So from here, we're just going to scoot ourselves all the way to the back of our chair. Get nice and comfortable. So if your pants have climbed up into your knees, stretch them out. Make sure your shirt's not sticking in any place. Get nice and comfortable. We're going to go ahead and close our eyes. And from here, we're just going to take deep breaths in and out. So you allow your body to relax into the chair. You breathe in the fresh air, and you exhale the stress. Imagine it sliding into the floor as you breathe in and out. Imagine you're on the beach. As you breathe in, wiggle your toes in the sand. You can exhale, breathing in and out. Imagine you're hearing the sound of yourself underneath, because you are. Take a deep breath in and out. From here, you're going to slowly open your eyes. You're going to take all your fingers and you're going to wiggle them around. Make sure they're all nice and loose. And then you take your fingers, you stick them all together, and from here you fold the knuckles and lift. So this is your knuckle bend. So you fold and lift. But we also do this one at the end of our exercise because as you fold and lift, the faster you go, it turns into a wave where I say thanks for joining us today. We hope to see you back again sometime soon. And we hope you enjoyed today's exercise class. So now you're free to go out, go walking, enjoy God's creation and nature. Have a good day. Bye.